Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ntuli. The purpose of this video is to explain to you and make a demonstration of the type of presentation that I'm looking for from your group and yourself. Our homework activity requires us to work collaboratively online and come up with the main points that we are supposed to present that we feel are important from the chapters that I've assigned to you. That's what you're going to present to your group members. So you can either uh, work collaboratively using these tools that I have put here. The Google Groups, these are found in our ISU email. If you're not sure of how to use a Google group, I can make again another YouTube video and show you how you can add your group member and then so that you can start collaborating, discussing what you want to include in your PowerPoint. You can also use Chaz. This one is very, very easy to use. You sign in here, register for it. After you've registered, then it will take you to a place where you have the chat room. Because I haven't entered in my key yet, it is refusing. But if you registered for it, it will just walk you through and you read the instructions. Then you can invite your group member and you can start your discussions. So, sorry. Then you also have PBWorks. PBWorks allows you to have a discussion board. What you need to do is to get a free version. Again, you have to sign in, look for the educational one, and then enter your details. Sign up and then make sure that it's a free version. It will give you a discussion board. Read through the instructions. Then you have got, I'm making the same mistake here. Then you have got Wikispaces. This one I'm signed up because I use Wikispaces a lot. So once you sign up for Wikispaces, it also has a free version. Let me try this one. Let me show you something. So you'll see a dashboard like this. So within that dashboard, this is a place where you can now begin your discussions online, like putting the main points together, discussing to find out which points you think will be the main points or themes. Here you come in and you add your members, invite your members, where it says members. If you walk, it will walk you through, invite people here, how to add your group members, and then you begin to do your discussions. So what I advise my students most of the time is like with online tools that you are going to use for education, it's all about try and error. Try it yourself and see what works for you. What works for you might not work for me. That's why I've got these tools. If you have any other tool that I don't know of, then go ahead and use that. Or you can use email back and forth, but I always like something like a collaborative tool like PBWorks, Wikispaces, or Chaz, which is mainly for collaboration. For email, it's more for communication, but I prefer collaborative tools. So let's try those ones, read the instructions, and then explore. You learn through exploring. Then I expect you to read the chapter, your chapters. And then we have PowerPoints that come in our CDs that come to the textbook. So for example, in the module 1, we have the first module, we have got chapters 1 to 7 already summarized for us. So what I tell you to do is to do a demo using chapter 4, because I know the person who's supposed to do chapter 4 is now alone. Someone dropped the class because they tested out. So I decided to pair the person with someone else who told me that they'll be joining the class, but I'm not sure if they're going to join for sure or not. But I'm just going to do a demo of what I'm looking for using chapter 4 and the instructions that are in Moodle. So I have taken some materials from the PowerPoint from chapter 4, what I thought is important for me after reading the textbook. So here is what I am expecting. I expect you to come up with a PowerPoint. So now I'm going to do my presentation. So this is Esther Ntuli, Kelly Walker, and Mandy Ward. We are looking at chapter 4. Chapter 4 basically it's about installing software. The presentation tool that we are using right now is called Screen-O-Matic. Maybe I'm gonna do the slideshow from the beginning so that at least you can see. So the presentation tool that we are going to use right now is called Screen-O-Matic. You can click from our presentation, or you can type in the URL or Google. It will take you to this page. So it shows that our tool that we are using for this presentation, it's a free tool. You can actually download it, and then after downloading it, go to the tutorials. Here are the tutorials that will walk you through how to use Screen-O-Matic. So the Screen-O-Matic allows you to share the screen, do your presentation, explain everything. That's what we are using for our presentation of Chapter 4. So the main topics that are covered in Chapter 4 are install software from CDs, DVDs, and downloads. Learn about portable software. Get started with web apps. Deal with software installation and access problems. Learn about software updates. Remove software. Learn about the significance of software licenses and copyrights. So these are the topics that are presented in Chapter 4. But for our discussion or our presentation, we're mainly focusing on installing software and software license and copyrights. These are the things that we feel like it's important for us to know as we are installing software. And that's what we are going to be focusing on for our presentation. So how do we install software from CDs and DVDs or downloads? What we need to know is that all software will come with instruction. The instruction that you have to read yourself on how to install it. As you are reading the instruction, you have also to read the terms of agreement, whether you're allowed to copy the software or to use multiple devices, use that software on multiple devices. You have to also follow the setup program step by step. It will walk you through on how to install the software. So it's basically more about reading what the instruction that comes with the software package, or if it is a web application like what the chapter is explaining, you have to also read what comes through the internet in terms of the terms or agreements, or how to install the software step by step. Also, if you have technical problems, you have to consult the product customer service. That is, if you are going to use software that is on CDs that you buy on the shelf or on DVDs. For downloads, most of the time you can actually, there is always a product registry or a help desk that comes with the tutorials that comes with that technical support problems and all this stuff. Then I've actually decided to put this image for you to see that after you place your software in the hard drive, usually you see this image coming up with a wizard, which will help you step by step to install the software, and then follow the on-screen prompts to install the software. Read carefully so that at least you will not be able to install or add certain things that you really don't like. So make sure you read the software step by step. So some software from CDs and DVDs, for example, Microsoft Office, if you buy it, it comes with a product key, usually to protect copyrights or also to protect those who want to do software piracy, just taking software without buying it or without without asking for the right terms. So it comes with the product key to avoid those who want to just take people's software or take people's stuff. So remember, what we read in class last week about copyrights and fair use. That was very, very important. If you want to think about that, then that will help you a lot, because the copyright issues and fair use guidelines will always protect you in terms of how you're supposed to use software that is either open source or that is bought. So open source software is software that you get for free online and don't really need to pay anything for it. So there are also terms of and conditions that you're gonna agreements that you're gonna use when it comes to open source, or when it comes to that software that you're going to buy. So I have a question for you that I would expect that is you, after you read this and understood also about copyrights and fair use, I would like to know if any of you care about copyright issues. Think about if a friend or relative gives you software that you really want to use and can't afford. Do you stop and think about reading the copyrights? When was the last time you did that? When downloading software from the internet, do you take time to read the agreements, or you simply click I agree? I know some people just simply say I agree in a minute without even reading. And then later, when they are bombarded with questions and all the stuff, they're like, I don't know why these people are sending me this and that. It's because you didn't read well the terms of agreement. Maybe they would want you to be giving them feedback all the time. It was in the agreement, but you didn't read it. So I want you to tell me whether you really consider these copyright issues and all the stuff very well, or it's something that you don't think about, because that's very, very important if you're going to be teachers in terms of using teaching materials online. We need to know about all this. What I did was that I just take exactly as it is from the textbook for you guys to see the definition of a copyright, what copyright means, and then the licenses that you need to really think about. So a copyright is a form of legal protection that grants the author of an original work an exclusive right to copy, distribute, sell, and modify that work, except under special circumstances. So you have to be thinking about the copyright issues and the software licenses, the agreement, the contract that you are going to read, and say, before you say, I agree, you have to understand all that. So this is for you to go and actually read through or think about the significance of software license and copyrights. So this is straight from the chapter from our CG that we have been reading in chapter 4. You have to read more about the license agreement and commercial software, single user licenses, multi-user licenses, up to public domain software. You have to know all this, like what are some of the agreements there in the legal contracts that you sign or that you have to think about before you start using the software. I think this is very, very important to get to know about software agreement, licenses that are out there. What happens to you if you do not use the software appropriately? So you have to be thinking about it. So for this semester, because we are going to be talking about open source software and Microsoft software that we are going to be buying and installing on our computers and maybe on our tablets, we have to be thinking about the agreements and the terms of use, whether we are really following that or not. This is how I expect you to be presenting, just like have a conversation, trying to explain things to us, what you feel is important as you are reading or maybe explaining things to the students in the classroom. So after you've done that, you save your work and you say, this is the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please post it in the Moodle forum. We'll be there to reply you as the group members who have focused on the issue. Thank you. I hope this helped you in understanding how I expect you to be presenting and what I expect to see. It's just to be a detailed PowerPoint where I can read and understand. If I don't hear your voice, I can actually read and understand what's going on in terms of that issue that we are discussing. If you don't know how to create a